r/ask Reddit, women of Reddit. What myth about women is 100% untrue and infuriates you when you hear it? That women don't snore. Seriously, I've heard this loads and it always baffles me. People breathe when they sleep, sometimes it makes some noise, male or female. Let 'em breathe. Somewhat related, I went to preschool in a church. My teacher told us the story of Adam and Eve. At the end she said this is the reason God made women afraid of snakes. Several girls spoke up and said they weren't afraid of snakes. I don't remember what my teacher's exact response was, but I remember she was really annoyed. That because you don't like another woman it's only because you're jealous. Listen, I can hate a woman because of something she did or said and in no ducking way be jealous of her. She may be just dumb, and why would I be jealous of that? Weepy with Avgina. Maternity leave is basically vacation. If you've never experienced the exhaustion of carrying a child and the intense body changes that occur during and after delivery, you'll find out that maternity leave is necessary for recovery and is not a vacation. Try working with the second, third, or fourth degree tier while now trying to deal with a baby that needs to feed every 2 to 3 hours. Nearly everything about endometriosis. It is sorely misunderstood, research is underfunded, and terrible treatments get used all the ducking time when they don't help and make things worse. It's a hidden debilitating disease and I hate the misinformation spread about it. There is help out there and legit treatments. ETA, thank you kind strangers for the awards. For those suffering and needing additional resources, the Facebook group Nancy's Nook Endometriosis Education is an amazing resource. Stuff about our periods in general. Like if we're mad, it's definitely because we're on our period. We never have a legitimate reason to be upset. Also myths like we're able to hold in our period or we only have it for a day or that we're impure. The impure one definitely infuriates me. I just think about the billions of women throughout history, and sometimes even today, being treated as if they're impure or an evil omen because of a bodily function they cannot control. Banishing them to menstrual huts when they have their periods or not allowing them to touch anything. And yes, this happens. My mother as a teenager was not allowed to touch anything when she had her period. It got to the point where she would just not tell anyone she was menstruating and do what she wanted. Every time I throw up or say I feel nauseated, literally since I was like 16, the first thing someone jumps to is, are you pregnant? Like we can get sick without it being because we're knocked up. Edit, changed nauseous to the proper nauseated. Edit again, personally, if a doctor or nurse asks me, I simply answer and move on. That's part of their job. But if I mention to my mom or a coworker or a random stranger hears me telling my husband that I feel sick, it doesn't mean I'm pregnant. That we all love shopping. I ducking hate shopping. That we don't need pockets in our ducking clothes. Every woman is the same. That we all like the same things. That every period is the same. Every childbirth is the same. That if one woman says periods hurt and one says it doesn't, one of us has to be lying. That if one woman's childbirth is easy, the rest must be faking it or weak. It was frustrating for me watching my wife deal with intense morning sickness while pregnant and people who didn't get that would just dismiss her. My wife is an incredibly hard worker, but she had to quit her job because she couldn't handle being so sick. And even people in her family just didn't understand it. Even some nurses who work with a lot of pregnant women didn't understand how hard of a time she's having. So frustrating seeing people be condescending to my superwoman. That as little girls we all dreamt about our future wedding. Not all women want to get married or actually enjoying attending weddings. I only dreamt about being a dolphin tamer, smiley face. Edit, this is not a JoJo reference. I just wanted to be dolphin tamer as a kid for real. It's good to feel your life has a purpose. That we're only supposed to like rom-com movies. Someone once told me I've quite a masculine movie collection. WTF? All women want/need children. Also, women who don't have children are not maternal or not good with children. No, I just enjoy a disposable income and am too selfish to take care of another living creature. That we mean the opposite of what we say. It doesn't infuriate me, but I was always confused by the stereotype that women are afraid of blood in general. Like, what do you think we deal with everything month? Edit, were a lot of really interesting responses. Yeah, I definitely get being wary or affected by unnatural amounts of blood or even by just blood in general as a woman. It's not abnormal or wrong, it definitely happens. Definitely a thing. I feel like the stereotype of women fainting at the sight of blood has died down a lot since its origin though. Anybody who says it was because of corsets hasn't done their research enough to know that the average Joe didn't tight lace on a regular basis or even at all, and that corsets were worn to provide a structure and silhouette, often more than to cinch the waist, basically a wider bra. So obviously some idiots in the past tight-laced, then fainted, and then started a viral stereotype, but corsets made and fitting correctly actually are fine for breathing. I'm a reenactor if you couldn't tell, hey. So that's where I think the stereotype comes from. Maybe just as women were seen as more restricted, the reality is the same and different all at once, and that's a whole different subject. I'm sure it's the same for men, but gift giving. I've had so many guy friends ask me what to get their SO or sister or mother because I am also of the female gender. Get to know them and give them something based on what they've asked for or actually like? We're not all the same. There is no generic female gift. We are different people with different likes and tastes. That all of us secretly hate each other and are innately gossipy and bitchy. Some dipshit on here tried telling me once that he knew all women resented each other because he knew the nature of women. That old saying, men insult their friends but don't mean it and women compliment their friends but don't mean it, paints women as catty/unable to have genuine friendships, which is BS. Women are looking for a man to provide for them. It's attractive to have your sheet together, but I can handle myself. I just want a best friend to duck and goof off with. That everything we do is to attract men. From wearing revealing clothing, to wearing makeup at work, to gaming, hell, apparently even the not like other girls types who abstain from and denounce things associated with attracting men are accused of doing it to attract men. After a while it just feels like a bunch of projection, whether from women who are insecure about their ability to date, or men who interpret anything they're attracted to as being tailor-made for them. Also, while I do think that we have a sort of privilege over men in terms of being able to cry and show our emotions, I also feel our emotions aren't taken as seriously. As another commenter noted, we're basically never allowed to be upset about anything, and are always labeled crazy/hysterical/irrational/dramatic. I've seen a lot of confusion among men involving the concept of venting. Why would you tell me your problem if you don't want a solution? The reason why is because we don't need a solution. Oftentimes we already know what it is. What we need is to be listened to be comforted and told that it's understandable why we feel the way we do, when the rest of the world just tells us to calm down or to smile more. That girly girls are dumb, annoying, don't know when to shut up, can only be a stay-at-home mum. I can like pink shirts, dresses, and still box you, be a lawyer, and have varying personality traits. Smile. This. Exactly this. I'm sick of seeing movies that say they are female-oriented and yet make the females tomboyish and basically avoid anything girly. WTF. You can be girly AF with makeup, jewelry and all and still be smart and successful. That it is mandatory for all women to shave or trim every single hair on our bodies. No. Not mandatory. That every woman has mother's instinct. Like the second I hear a baby scream crying, I want to throw it out from the window, or just jump out of it myself. Same. If I hear a kid crying or screaming, my first thought is, oh God, please make it shut up. On the other hand, hearing a cat or kitten crying makes me go into full rescue mode to help it. The myth that women are irrational, emotional thinkers. But y'all men get angry over some dumb shit all the ducking time and nobody ever accuses you of being irrational or inferior at thinking. Humans are emotional idiots. Not just women.